Paul Howard-Jones, Professor of Neuroscience and Education, is with us this morning from the University of Bristol. You're here to talk to us about computer games and stuff. I dare say, you must think, what a great way to get youngsters interested in science.
Absolutely, that's just what I was thinking. That is a fantastic example of how technology can support learning, isn't it? And that's a little image of the future there, perhaps.
Yeah, the reason you've come to see us today, of course, is this is a survey you've done about computer games, and is it computer games or sort of computer imagery?
Well,
whether that's good or bad for you?
What we've been doing is actually learning from computer games. There's been a lot of bad stuff about children in computer games, but scientists are learning from computer games. They're learning how they succeed in engaging their players and how you can take those magic ingredients out and use them to deliver curriculum in classrooms. And we've just completed a brain imaging study where we've been able to show that by scanning the brains of students as they've been learning.
You used a Wheel of Fortune type game.
That's
You're going
right.
to have to explain this because so many parents and children are going to be listening going, well, no, favourite phrase in my house is get off that computer, get off that tablet, so come on then, convince us.
Well, one of the things that really engage people with computer games is this rapid schedule of uncertain rewards. You don't know if you're going to get the reward or not. They're mediated by chance and luck. In schools, if you've got the right answer, you should always get the point. What we're finding is that actually children are more motivated to get the correct answer by the possibility of gaming on a Wheel of Fortune to get 2 points or 0 points.
So Jeopardy.
That exactly, yes. It's that element of uncertainty. We have it in all areas of life, but we've actually done our best to try to remove it from schools, on the basis of social justice. But actually, we find that children are more motivated by that. It turns learning into a game. And having done this brain imaging study, we're now recruiting schools in the south and northwest of England to take part in large-scale trials to deliver science education through Year 8 using this approach.
Well, it's an interesting topic, isn't it? Because there'll be a lot of parents listening to this who'll be thinking, it's all very well to say that it can stimulate the brain while you're doing it, but my children, when they come off it, are like zombies, or their attitudes have changed, or so it does something to them that means they're disengaged with what happens afterwards. Well, I mean, do you look into that as well? Because do you see the difference? The distinction is you can be hugely engaged in that, but when it's over, what do you like afterwards?
Yeah, but then you might be able to say that about a boring lesson, mightn't you? That you found this lesson really exciting, but then when you go into a more dull lesson, actually you're a little bit less engaged than you might have been if you had something to compare it to.
Yeah.
I mean, I think the fact that children become so engaged in their computer games is really interesting scientifically, and we need to find out how that is achieved and then use that for educational purposes. What worries me is that the discussion we've been having lately has been all about restricting online access, and actually we need to be asking what children are doing online and making sure those experiences are the best possible for their learning and development.
You don't want to get rid of face-to-face interaction teaching.
Absolutely not. No, and in fact, the intervention that we're using has the teacher at the centre of it. So the teacher is the host of the game, if you like, and that face-to-face interaction is really important in terms of children talking and discussing what the right answers are and making decisions during the game, but also in terms of the teacher scaffolding their learning in the conventional way. But the gaming environment just makes it so much more motivational and emotional and engaging, and you can hear the children actually getting excited and screaming during their lessons when they're learning science, and that's a wonderful thing.
So take us, 10 years into the future, 20 years into the future, are you saying that the classroom will be completely different from the learning process, the classroom process, totally different?
I hope so, because let's not get negative about technology. We're at a really exciting time when actually we're just learning how to use technology effectively and really engage students. So let's start talking about that and making sure their technological experiences are the best possible for them, rather than just limit the discussion to how much time they should have online.
Okay, broadening the boundaries, that's fine. Okay, lovely to talk to you, Paul. Thank you so much for joining us.